need to do is to WhatsApp your group and tell them what to read. That is what you need to do. You cannot tell me, with all due respect, you want to tell me how to vote, how to think, how to read, how to speak. You don't involve yourself today. You must strike that from the record and put it in the WhatsApp group. Tell them what to read. They have read nothing. So you go and tell them what to read. All I can do is tell the people of Jamaica not to be misled. With due respect. You read the Smith Commission where they were signing blank detention, blank detention order and lock up my friend Babsy Grange.
Hi guys, I'm B-Boy once again. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Okay guys, remember, if it's for the first time you're coming across my video, don't forget to like, subscribe and share. Okay guys, today I have this clip of Damion Crawford getting mad and getting dark in the parliament by confronting his other members of the parliament. They were arguing about something. Just kindly have a look at this clip and kindly watch it until the end, and then you come back for more discussion. Thank you guys.
We have before us the most critiqued state of emergency by the government side. That is
Senator, you know, I don't want to interrupt you.
Please don't.
But in the interest of fairness and honesty, what you are reading from is a policy paper. You need to read the Smith Commission report on the 76th state of emergency. That's what you are to read.
No, what you need to do is to WhatsApp your group and tell them what to read. That is what you need to do. You cannot tell me,
that's what you are
with all
to read.
due respect, you want to tell me how to vote, how to think, how to read, how to speak. You don't involve yourself today. You must strike that from the record and put it in the WhatsApp group. Tell them what to read. They have read nothing. So you go and tell them what to read.
All I can do is tell the people of Jamaica not to be misled.
Mr. President, with due respect.
You read the Smith Commission where they were signing blank detention, blank detention order and lock up my friend Babsy Grange with blank detention form. That you for read.
Mr. President.
And Lambert ground, you don't even bother start because you walking on very sticky ground.
Yes, all right, I hear you. What I want, Mr. President, if these numbers are untrue, if you're suggesting that a government, which this document is from the government, is willing to be untruthful in the number of guns found, is willing to be untruthful in the number of persons arrested and charged, then why should we feel that you are totally truthful on that side if you're suggesting that this document is not worthy of being read? Why is it that we should think so? But because I wasn't born in 1976, I will move forward to 2018, a period for which I was an adult. In 2018, Mr. President, January, Matthew was there? January 2018, the government put forward that there was a need for a state of emergency. Before that, Mr. President, in May 2010, in advance of the attempts to arrest Christopher Dodoscook, an extradition warrant, a state of emergency was declared by Prime Minister Golding. Now let us not forget, with all the accusations about who is for and who is not for criminal activity, the greatest defense by a person suspected of criminal engagement was made by the government of the Jamaica Labour Party in 2007. They went as far as to hire lawyers and lobbyists on his behalf. None of them can claim that because the Prime Minister was a senior member of the Jamaica Labour Party, the leader of government business, and a member of the cabinet who made those decisions to defend what the United States referred to as one of the greatest violence producers in the Western Hemisphere. You cannot compete nor compare with me. But in 2018, Prime Minister Andrew Holness declared a public state of emergency in St. James, attributed it to increase in crime and violence in the parish. The Prime Minister said that the level of criminal activities experienced in St. James is of such a nature that, and so extensive in scale, so as to engender public safety. He said in 2017, St. James recorded 335 murders, almost twice more than the parish with the second highest murder in the same period. It has been given to the public that the opposition has never supported the government in a state of emergency. Much to my anxiety and to many of us in debates, the opposition said, give the government the leeway to do what the government was elected to do. It was extended 2017, January 30th, with full support from the opposition. They received an extension 2018, January 30th. It was then again extended May 2nd, 2018, with full support of the opposition, another 3 months. It was then again extended July 27th, with another 3 months to November 1st. It was then again extended October 19th, with another extension to January 31st. And then it continued in 2019. We stopped in December. It come back in 2020 and 2021. Multiple extensions were granted. I'm not going to call no name, but I remember one senator who was going to be absent from that side called to ask someone from this side if they would be willing to give the vote on his behalf. And that was done, and that was granted. That was cooperation from us as the opposition. While we were extending St. James, in March 2018, there was also another state of emergency. It says on Sunday, March 18, 2018, Prime Minister Holness declared state of public emergency in St. Catherine North Police Division, especially Spanish Town, Linstead, and Bagwalk. The basis of the declaration was a spike in murders in these areas. This was extended again in March 2018, extended again June 26, 2018, where the Prime Minister said, the next phase of our operation is not so much to go and detain the cornermen. The next phase of the operation is to use the space created and networks that we have uprooted to get to the mastermind and the kingpins. We are in different phases, and you will start to see the impact in months to come, stated the Prime Minister. Therefore, the opposition extended it again in September 2019, September 2018, and this time extended to January 2019. Because the Prime Minister never said in decades to come. He never said in years to come. We figured that if you get a next 3 months, then the months to come should be clear to us what you were doing. We are right back in St. Catherine, seeking another state of emergency. Another state of emergency. I don't know which commission I must read for that one. In September 23rd, 2018, the government of Jamaica declared a state of emergency in central and downtown Kingston. It's about 3 or 4 gone already in 2018. The public must understand that they're seeking 7 parishes, 5 in full, to catch 300 people. 2.7 million people. 300 what kind of people? It's because I know that you are innocent until proven guilty. You have to capture him and then prove that he's a criminal. But once you have enough intelligence, I will support you go to capture him. What I don't support is that you punish an entire community to capture people who are no longer in the community, because all the other states of emergency did not achieve what you claim it will achieve now. All the other states of emergency did not achieve. So why can't I look at historical trends and outcomes and say to myself as an academic, a statistician, a mathematician, a logical person, that if it never worked year 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it now work year 6. Why can't I? Me not take no back of the class disruption today. No back of the class disruption. I soon come to that. Central Kingston downtown, Market District including Denham Town, zones of special operation. There was in Denham Town 2018 a state of emergency and a zone of special operation at the same time, and we're right back there. Why do you think so nobody else have no sense? Why do you feel that I cannot recognize that you're asking for me to join in a game of political football to mask your general incompetence? Why is it that nobody don't think that we see that? And I should feel ashamed when I am not a part of this political football, not a part of the World Cup? Mr. President, let us look at what has happened in recent time. Let's talk about 70%. Had I known all this time, 2018, when we asked for the crime plan, Senator Donna Scott Motley, you'd have remembered. 2017. Yes. And in 2018, I was admonished by Senator Samuda that I never read the document. Having read the document, it had no tenet of what a plan should include. It had no objective, it had no nothing. The Prime Minister now said we have a crime plan because we have digitized the books at the police station. That is evidence of the crime plan. That's like watching football now, Senator Sophia Fraser-Binns, I don't know if you're a fan, and say, yes, France have a method of play because they're kicking the ball. Kicking the ball is the least of what to design a method of play. But they said that we should go and read it. If we knew in 2018 that the World Cup was a crime plan, we wouldn't ask for it in 2019. If we knew the World Cup was a crime plan, we wouldn't ask for it in 2020. We'd have just wait upon the World Cup. But if the World Cup is the crime plan, it is going to be short-lived. Disingenuous and untruthful communication. Let us look at some of the realities that we have historically when there is a World Cup. Let's look at some of it here. All right. The internet, they don't want me to tell you that one, so I'm going to go up on the phone. We have to prepare, you know. We have to prepare. Let's go. Mr. President, in a clandestine and underhanded effort to gain the benefits of the World Cup, the government and the Prime Minister ignored all trends that crime was increasing since April of 2022. Since April of 2022. I want to go back to the Prime Minister's budget presentation. And in his budget presentation, the Prime Minister said in March, murder was down by 5%. You remember that? Yeah. Now that we see this kind of political machinations, we have to wonder if numbers are being funged to make certain speeches sound good at certain times. But what happened in March, I said murder was down by 5%. Then, in April, murder was up by 1.8%. This silver bullet of a state of emergency was not suggested in April when murder was up. If it's even one life, they like to say. Then, in May, murder was up 6.5%. He says, no, hold the line. Wait for the World Cup. Because if we wait for the World Cup,
excuse me,
people are
Mr. President,
thank
point
you,
of order.
To Google this, thank you.
Mr. President, this is the third time, to my recollection, that the Speaker has imputed improper motives, not just to someone from the lower house, but to the Prime Minister of the country. And I think it is something that we need to put a stop to. It is improper. For example, he has said it's 35.5 of your standing orders, Senator Scott Motley. It's stated there. So, Mr. President, he has stated, one, that the Prime Minister has indicated that the World Cup is a part of the crime plan. He has not stated that. He has also implied that the numbers have been fudged by the Prime Minister, and more than anything else, that one. He has to be made to withdraw that. Twice he has said the numbers have been fudged by the Prime Minister of this country and that they're questionable. So, Mr. Chairman, Mr. President, sorry, 35-5 of the standing orders.
All right, Mr. President, have you ruled? Thank you.
Senator Crawford.
Yes, sir.
Well,
Go ahead, sir. Oh, thank you, sir.
well, just give me a second. Crawford.
Yes, sir.
My straight question to you is the use of the word. Have you accepted it?
Use
that
of
you
what
had
word,
used
sir?
the word that has been pronounced by Senator Campbell. The words that were used.
The senator suggests
being-
that I was impugning motive on the Prime Minister to say that the World Cup was a crime plan.
No, the word.
The second one is more.
That, again, sir, I said if you are suggesting that the document that I read from the government was not satisfactory and sufficient and should therefore be relied upon the Commission, should we also question those numbers?
No,
I would
Mr.
never claim that, sir.
No, Mr.
I
President.
don't think that they... All right, sir. Until it can be provided, can I continue, sir?
No, Mr. President. No.
Okay.
That was the first time he said it. He said it just a minute ago as well.
Yeah, man, get the answer and we talk.
Yes,
Because I'll be here
and
for a
that is what is being requested, and in
Thank
that,
you, sir.
that situation.
And when we
can
get
be
there,
all right.
we will see the fudging.
Yeah.
That is happening. Mr. President.
Mr. President, the time being 1:20, I ask that the Senate be allowed to sit beyond 1:30 to complete the business of the day.
Question is at the time being 1:20 that the Senate be allowed to sit beyond 1:30 to complete the business of the day. Those in favor? Those against? The ayes have it.
Sir.
Hi guys, welcome back again. I hope you have watched the full clip. And Damion Crawford is just talking about a lot of state of emergencies that has been happening in the country. And he's saying that the PM has a lot of false promises and there is nothing that has been developed in the country because he has promised a lot of projects but nothing has been done. So he's confronting his members of parliament and talking about this undone project and a lot of crime rate in the country, whereby a lot of people in Jamaica, the rate of people being killed is just rising year by year, and he's just confronting his members of parliament about this situation. You know, like in Jamaica, if their PM promise them to do some project, he should fulfill them so that at least it can create some job opportunities to the youth of Jamaica. Because if you start a project in a country like to build a road, it will create a lot of employment in the country, and that will lead to development of the country. So Damion is confronting his members of parliament a lot of projects that has been said by their PM, but till now they haven't yet been done. So he's arguing them in the government, in parliament, the PM to see these things so that they can be done. Projects like us constructing the road, constructing some schools and good school, whereby a lot of children in Jamaica will be educated so that they can live a better life in future. Talking about crime rate of how it has increases, we can talk about the crime in Jamaica, whereby a lot of people, there is a lot of gang in Jamaica whereby they are harassing people, stealing from people, and if you resist by them, they end up killing you. So, and this should stop. So how can this crime rate in Jamaica stop? It can only be stopped whereby if the government create more job employment opportunities for these youth that are just idle in the street, they can go and work so that this crime rate can be reduced. You know, even in the street there is a lot of youth that are just idle. The only thing that can come into their mind is just to go and steal and maybe do bad things to other local people, and this what is leading to death rate in the country. Look at in Africa. In Africa, there is a lot of youth who haven't been employed, and they really end up to doing crime things. They end up into using or abusing drugs, and that's not a good life for some youth to live, because they are the one who just destroying their life. And these are the people who want to build their life, to create their own lifestyle, to have a family, so that at least they can set a good background to their family and try to educate their children. But at the end, you see these youth are just using drugs. They end up committing crimes. They even end up going to steal to others people, so that at least they can get some money to go and use it to buy drugs. And we really urge our leaders, our African leaders, and those leaders in all the countries, just to try to come up with ways for those youth that have finished their college, have finished their university, to try to create them some job opportunities, so at least they can be busy instead of idling in the street, idling in their home ground. Just to come up with something that they can make sure that these youths are being busy, or they are doing, so that at least they can put something to their table. Talking about government projects, the government should come up with a lot of work, a lot of projects, like constructing dams, constructing roads, constructing schools. Look at those tenders whereby the government go and takes large plantation, and they should employ a lot of youth, so that they can get busy in that plantation, so that they cannot end up in crime. And that's a way of just destroying their life completely. So we really urge these our leaders to listen to our cry. Look at, we remember in Jamaica there was this hurricane barrel that happened, and it led a lot of destruction. A lot of people suffered a lot of loss. A lot of buildings were destroyed. A lot of hotels were destroyed, and there was in some village whereby up to now they haven't, or they doesn't have electricity, because the electricity was destroyed by this natural disaster. We can't blame it because the natural disaster, but some people currently now are complaining, but they haven't seen any electricity in the country, and they are just crying out so that they can have this electricity. Some are complaining they doesn't have any water in the country, and it was a distraction that we are really, really sorry for them, and we were praying for you, Jamaican. We hope such a thing won't happen again, or if it happen, it can't lead to this or to a lot of this distraction. So guys, as youth, we have a lot of things to do. We have a lot of struggle. We need a lot of encouragement, so that at least we can live a better life. We want to have a bright future. We want, if we raise our family, it has a good background, and what the only thing that can lead to that is through having a good leaders who knows our right, who can fight for our right, so that we can be in a good lane. So guys, thank you for watching this clip. Kindly, if you haven't subscribed to this channel, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to share. Thank you for watching this clip. Let me see you in the next clip.